7 reasons for low Google Shopping ad click-throughs and how to fix them. If your shopping ads are getting ignored, you're not getting the click-throughs, when you're getting all the impressions, don't worry, you are not alone. The average click-through rate for Google Shopping ads is 0.86%. If you have a higher than 1% click-through rate, then you're in good shape. Not to worry, you can check out one of my videos, how to scale up your profitable Google Shopping ads if you are experiencing more than 1% click-through and you're getting high conversion rate, link in the top right-hand corner of the screen. However, if you are struggling with less than 0.5%, there is plenty of room to improve. You definitely want to work on getting those click-through rates up because there are plenty of repercussions, and I'm going to go into what's going to happen if you consistently have low click-through rates. And of course, I'm going to go into the 7 top reasons why your ads are getting low click-through rates, why nobody wants to click on them, people just skip past your ads, and what you can do to fix this issue such that you can quickly elevate your click-through rates and get more shoppers to your store who ultimately turn into your best paying customers. Hi, I'm Clarice Lin, the ROI doctor who doubles store sales with profitable Google Shopping ads. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Check out one of my best resources, the Shopify Marketing Guide, where I go into the pros and cons of different ways to drive free traffic to your store, hate ways as well if you're getting your campaigns all set up right. But you don't want to put all your eggs into one basket. You want to also explore other ways which you can drive traffic, such that you don't 100% rely on Google. If they change the algorithm or something changes, that could be detrimental if you're only simply relying on Google. Link in the description and pinned comment, so do check out the guide. The repercussions of a low click-through rate for your Google Shopping ads is that you're not going to get any sales and you're just going to waste your money. People don't realize that a low click-through rate is actually a symptom of if you're not getting any sales from your shopping ads at all. A low click-through rate could also be one of the reasons. So if you fix this low click-through rate, that's also likely going to increase the chances of getting the right people to your store who are ultimately going to turn into your paying customers. In order to improve your conversions, getting more sales from your Shopify store through Google Shopping ads, you definitely want to focus on getting the high click-through rates. And one of the negative effects of consistently low click-through rates, if you don't improve on it, is that your ads are going to get lower ad score, and then even if you're showing up on Google Shopping, you're going to show up lower in the rankings or further down. People need to scroll more and more before they see your ad. If you want to get on page 1 of Google Shopping ads, then not only do you want conversions for your ads, you also want to get high click-through so you can get the better position for your ads, and that's also going to likely lead to an increase in click-throughs over time. And those are the reasons why getting a high click-throughs is simply so important. And although that's not the only reason causing a low conversion rates, but having a low click-throughs could seriously hamper the performance of your ads. And in the long run, you're not able to scale up your ads at all. Even if you put in more money with low click-through rates, you're simply not going to get the conversions you're expecting to see. And your return on ad spend is also going to remain low. As you can see, there are so many negative repercussions to it. So you definitely want to work on it. And without further ado, let's go into the 7 top reasons causing low Google Shopping click-through rates. The number 1 reason causing low Google Shopping click-through rates, uncompelling product images. If you look at a Google Shopping ad, anatomy of a successful Google Shopping ad, you have a very good image because that's the first thing that people are going to look at. And why people don't click on the ad and they simply skip through it is because your product image is of low quality, low resolution. It doesn't correctly portray the image of what the shopper has in mind. If your photos are of low resolution, it looks really dull, it looks like a washed out pictures, the colors are not vibrant enough. That's one of the top reasons why people would skip over your ads. And the other reason is that your product image is just not compelling enough. It doesn't look outstanding compared to your other competitors. You need to also take into consideration what are your competitors showing on their ads, on their shopping ads in particular. If you look at the colors look more exciting, look more appealing, and yours look really dull, maybe it just has like a white background and it doesn't portray the image and create excitement for the shoppers. It doesn't stop the shoppers in their track. They simply skim over your photos thinking that it looks like one of the lower quality products as well. That means people are less likely to click on it. If your product image fits one of the description that I've just described to you in detail, then that's one of the reasons why you're getting a low Google Shopping click-through. Reason number 2 for low Google Shopping click-through rates. Unoptimized content. That means your title, your description, and your other attributes does not contain the correct keywords that your shoppers are typing into Google. An unoptimized product title or description works to your disadvantage in 2 ways. Number 1, because for Google Shopping ads, you are not allowed to put in your targeting search terms. That means that Google will make their own derivation. They will process whatever information you've put in your title and description and decide when and where your ads are going to show up without putting the right keywords or associated phrases or sentences into your description or title. What happens is Google will make the wrong association and show your ads to the wrong people. Even if you have a very attractive image and your ads are being shown to the wrong people, you're also not going to get the clicks. So that could also be another reason why you are getting a lot of impressions, but you're not getting as many clicks, resulting in a low click-through rate. Reason number 3 for low shopping click-through rates. Inexact targeting. If you want to target multiple countries in one shopping campaign, or if you are running your ads wrong season of the year, that could result in a low shopping click-through rates. Because the demand is low, you're not going to get as many click-throughs as you're expecting. And if you're running your shopping ads across multiple countries, then Google is not able to pinpoint exactly when to show your ads at the optimal time to the optimal group of people. Because in different countries, there are different performance metrics that they're looking at. There could be different cost per click, different click-through rates, and different people who will be more susceptible to your ads and more likely to click on it. If you're spreading your budget thin, that could also be the reason why you're getting some impressions here and there from different countries, from different cities, but you're not getting the click-throughs. You want to focus on getting those click-throughs from a smaller group of people, and you get the impressions up for a certain number before you get the click-throughs. If you're spreading your budget too thin, this is also going to affect Google's algorithms' capability to find the right people and show them your ads such that you are more likely to get the click-throughs. Reason number 4 for low Google Shopping click-throughs. Uncompetitive offers. This piece of information appears underneath your product image and title. Google sometimes pulls your returns policy, shipping rates, or promotion underneath your ad. If you want to increase your chances of click-through, then you want to put competitive rates underneath that. If you have a less competitive rates, not only will your ad appear further down the positioning compared to your other competitors, you are also less likely to get the clicks as well. Reason number 5 for low Google Shopping click-through. Lack of reviews or poor reviews. That's one of the factors that shoppers are looking at. They were looking at satisfaction from other previous shoppers. You are less likely to get a click-through from your ads if you have no reviews, or if your review ratings are 1 or 2 star, your click-through rate is likely to be much lower. Reason number 6, incorrect budget allocation. If you want your ads to pick up, you need to put in a certain amount of budget behind it, because for Google ads to work, you need to train up Google's algorithm. So if you are putting very, very low budgets, if you're not getting sufficient impressions and clicks within a day, day by day, because Google's algorithm is not learning quickly enough who to show your ads to, that's more likely to get that click. Reason number 7, low ad quality score. Each of your campaigns or each of your ads that's showing up, Google has allocated and calculated a score against each of your ad performance. And if you have a low score, that means that Google sees that your ad is unlikely to get a click when they show it on Google Shopping results, and it's less likely to get a conversion. That means shoppers are not very satisfied when they see your ad, and that's likely to have a negative impact on your ad performance over time. If you have a low ad quality score, it's going to affect your ad positioning for the next time. It means it's going to go lower in ranking. That decreases the chance of future potential customers looking at an ad, because they could be only clicking on the first few ads that they see. So you want to make sure your ads have a high quality score such that you can increase the click-throughs for your campaigns and increase conversions. Now we've covered the 7 top reasons causing low click-through rates. We'll now go into the resolution. What you can do if you have diagnosed that your shopping campaign is facing one of those 7 issues I've mentioned, what you can do to improve your rates, get shoppers to stop, look at your ad and click on your ad and head to your store and become your best customers. In order to get Google Shopping click-throughs, your ultimate goal is to make sure that each of your product ad becomes a trustworthy click magnet. And for that to happen, these are the different areas you definitely want to work on. Improve the appeal of your ad to get that click-through. Number 1, a compelling product image. Picture says 1,000 words. A high-quality, bright, appealing image instantly captures the shopper's attention. You want to make the shoppers stop, look at your ad, and click on it. A high-quality image signifies implicit trust and reliability. You want to create a first good impression. Just like when you go for an interview, you would go dress up in a suit because you want to portray that you are professional, you can do what you say you can do. Similarly, a professional product image works the same way. If you want the shoppers to look at your store, to feel like they can buy from you, that you're worthwhile to be trusted, that starts with the first impression of your image. Not only that, you want to make sure that your image looks better than your competitors. If your image pops out more, captures your shopper's attention more, looks slightly more unusual than your competitors, then there's a higher chance that Google users are more likely to click on your ad rather than your competitors. If your product image has been around for a while and you're getting low quality images, there are 2 things you can do. One is to retake photos, hire a professional product photographer to highlight the best parts of your products. See if there's other things you can do, like taking a photo of how the product is being used. For example, if you're selling dog collars, maybe you can have the dog and the collar on the dog with a nice color contrast, more likely to get more attention and click-throughs. There are other tools you can use as well, like the Google Product Studio. You can change like the background image instead of a plain white background. If all your competitors are using a plain white background, maybe you can use a different color background to make your product stand out more. There is also Adobe Photoshop, which you can tap into to change the background of your photos. If you can't really afford a photographer at this point, if you have still high quality images, but you want to have images that gets more attention, the other way is to change the background. Or you can put other products next to it. If you're selling like suntan lotion, you can present your suntan lotion in the sunlight, maybe against some background of a beach in the background, and highlighting suntan lotion. That could create the appeal of your ad as well. There's no hard and fast rule to dictate what is the best picture that's more likely to get the clicks. This could differ industry from industry, and also as well what your competitors are putting out. These are some suggestions I'm giving you. You need to test it out yourself, collect enough data, and once it works, then you can replicate the same formula for your other product ads, such that you're more likely to get click-throughs for all your ads once they are securing those impressions. Solution number 2, optimize title and description. What does it mean by optimize title and description? That means simply to put the correct words or phrases that shoppers are looking for. Make sure that those words are found in your title, description, and your other attributes. This works 2 ways. As what I was mentioning earlier, it helps Google to understand what your product is about and who is it more likely to be interested in your products, and decide to show them to the right people when they type in certain keywords or related phrases. If you're not putting those keywords into those title and description, the targeting is going to be really poor. That means Google is unable to make the link to say these people who are going to Google shopping search and typing those keywords, they're more likely interested in your products. You can see all of this information, of course, going to your search terms report. Google Shopping has a search terms report, which you can regularly review. If you find that the search terms that you're getting impressions for are so way off from what your product is about, then that's definitely a huge issue. You need to go back to your product feed in Google Merchant Center, update it, make sure you're getting the correct keywords there. Don't use words that have no relationship with your product at all. Don't use abstract terms that you think sounds really beautiful or poetic, because using those abstract words, you are actually bringing Google down the wrong path and then giving Google the wrong information, resulting in your ads being shown to the wrong people. If you need more specific examples to understand how you can improve the attractiveness of your title to get higher click-through rates to your title, you can check out one of my other in-depth videos, how to improve your product titles to get more click-throughs, link in the top right-hand corner of the screen. If you also want more details around optimizing your product description to get more click-throughs and get your ads more likely shown to the right people, check out one of my other in-depth videos as well, how to optimize your product description to get the best click-throughs. Link in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Another way to further refine the targeting of your ads to make sure they are shown only to the right people typing in the correct search terms, review those search terms regularly, and then execute the keyword exclusion function. In this way, you're actually telling Google, right, currently I'm getting impressions for search term ABC, but I no longer want my ads to be shown when people are typing in these keywords because they have nothing to do with my products at all. Even if I'm getting impressions, I'll never get any clicks. Even if I get any clicks, I'm not going to get sales from people typing in those keywords. So please stop showing my ads for those keywords. And you select those wrong keywords and then select on keyword exclusion. And this is an ongoing process that you would carry out maybe every 3 to 5 days. At the beginning, if you're more diligent, you can spend more time reviewing those keywords. But as your campaign becomes more optimized, you can review them at a lower frequency. 3. Customer-friendly policies. As I mentioned earlier, this is the information that appears underneath your title. There is sometimes Google will decide to show your returns policy or shipping policy. Google doesn't explicitly say what type of information do they show underneath your ad, but these are the different information that we choose to display, depending probably on the product type, depending on the industry, depending on the country. Whichever is more relevant to the shoppers in that country or for that product, Google will pull that information. In order to make sure that the most attractive information is put underneath your ad, make sure you have a competitive shipping rates. Check out what shipping rates that your competitors have. Make sure that your rates are not too high compared to your competitors, and also ensure you have at least a 30-day returns policy. That's the average expectation of the shoppers, to have at least a 30-day returns policy. If you can offer that, that will put your ad under a more appealing category. And of course, if you're running a promotion as well, you can enter this promotion into Google Merchant Center, set up when your promotion is going to run and what type of promotion it is. It will also show underneath your ad as well. If there's one of your tactics that you're willing to put a small budget aside to give a short-term promotion, that's also likely going to get you more click-throughs because Google is going to put your ad higher up in the rankings if you have a promotion. When people are searching for promotional products, there's also a search field in Google Shopping search results, so your ad is more likely to show up. If your promotion runs the entire year, then this is not a promotion. Google will not approve of this promotion. But if it's a special promotion that you run once in a while for certain occasions, make sure this attractive offer is put into Google Merchant Center and you will show up underneath your ad, so to increase the attractiveness of your ad compared to your competitors. The next element you want to work on is getting as many stellar reviews as possible. The reviews appear underneath your ad right at the bottom. There's the star ratings that you can set up through the settings in Google Merchant Center. There's some instructions that you can follow to set it up such that when shoppers look at your shopping ad, they can see the reviews that you've collected from previous customers. Typically, you want to make sure your reviews rating is at least maybe 3 to 4 stars. That's an overall good rating that customers are expecting. If you can get all 5 stars, obviously it could be ideal. But if you get about 3 to 4 stars and users can read through the reviews themselves and see exactly why you've got 3 to 4 stars, you're also more likely to get a click-through, because the purpose of a stellar review works in 2 ways. So the ultimate goal of having reviews showing up underneath your product ad is to act as social proof. You want to increase the customer's confidence of selecting the right product. You want to help the customers avoid disappointments after they choose your product. So having those reviews work to your advantages if you get at least 3 to 4 star average ratings. If you have no ratings or if you have low ratings, that's going to decrease the attractiveness of your ad, because then the users are thinking, right, nobody else has bought it before. I'm not sure if I buy it, it's going to be worth my money. I'm not sure if the store is selling what it claims to sell because there is no proof, there's no evidence. I want to make sure that someone else has bought it before me and have said that they are happy customers before I decide to buy. That's what they're looking for. They want to increase their confidence in this purchase. So help them make this decision by putting those reviews underneath your product ads. These ratings that your shoppers see give them the reassurance they need to know about the value of your product, the performance of your products, and the past experiences of existing customers. Most savvy shoppers would even read those reviews that your previous customers has given, depending on why they bought the product in the first place, how the product has helped them, or if they were disappointed by certain features. Maybe your future shopper thinks that the features that has disappointed other customers was not relevant for them. They want to buy the products because of different reasons, and your product fulfills those reasons. This would also give them the reassurance they need to go ahead to buy from you. The next thing to work on to improve click-throughs is to ensure that you have precise targeting. Make sure that your campaign is set up only to target one country. If you have a big market in your own city for local, then target by city to make sure that the budget is optimized towards people in your city or within the circumference of your city. If you're spreading your budget too thin across multiple countries, keep in mind that shopping campaigns perform differently in different countries. You'll get different click-through rates, different cost per click, depending on the number of competitors in that country, depending on what is the demand volume in a particular country. So all of those different variables could affect the performance of your ads, and sometimes an appealing picture in one country could be less appealing in another country. So make sure you're getting the best performance, the highest possible click-through rates for your campaigns. Make sure you separate your campaigns for different countries to get the best click-through rates possible. This is going to affect how you can scale up your campaign to get the best value for your ad budget over time. If you have a more profitable campaign in one country over another, you might choose to put in more ad budget for one country over the other country. And if you put everything into one campaign, this is really going to affect the performance and affect you making the correct decision of where and how you want to expand your market. If you want to learn more about targeting multiple countries and the different precise approach, you can also check out one of my other videos, how to target shopping ads in multiple countries in the best possible way. Link in the top right hand corner of the screen. Reason number 6, appropriate budget allocation. Make sure you have the right amount of budget needed to help the campaign to become successful. You are not able to get a high-performing campaigns on the first day you set it up. It takes time for your Google Shopping campaign to start performing well. What happens is once you start showing your ads to a certain group of people, when Google decides, right, I'm showing to this group of people, 100 people, am I getting clicks from them? Okay, if I'm getting clicks from them, are those clicks turning into sales? When Google decides and evaluates, right, I'm showing to this group of people, how many percent of them clicked on it, how many percent of them turn into sales, and if it produces a high percentage, then Google will make a conclusion to say this group of people, group A, seems like there's high opportunity for them to become customers. So we're going to find more of those people who are like the people in group A, and then replicate to find more groups of people like group A. However, if you're not getting the expected click-through rate, if you're not getting sales from people from group A, then Google says, right, these are the wrong group of people to show the ads to. Let's find a different group. Let's look at this group B of people, and then we'll see if they click on your ad and if they're going to buy eventually. So this is how Google works. It works in an incremental, iterative manner to find the right groups of people who are more likely to click on your ad and who are more likely going to turn into sales. If you're putting a low budget against your campaign, this affects how fast Google can train up the algorithm to find more of the right people, because you're paying cost per click. Each click that you're getting, you're not turning into sales. That means Google has to spend more of your ad budget to get more different clicks from different people to find out if they're going to turn into sales. And if you have a really low budget, this means that Google is going to take a really, really long time to find more of the right people. More likely that you're going to spend a lot of money and your click-through rate is going to be consistently low. It's because Google is not collecting enough statistically significant volume of data to make a final conclusion and decide what to do next. If you want to get more click-throughs, or if you want to quickly get Google to improve the click-throughs, you might also want to put a little more of the budget in, especially if your campaign is limited by budget. You can put in a slight incremental 20% increase or a few dollars increase as a start if you're being prudent with your budget. But once your campaign starts picking up and it's performing really well and you're getting the limited by budget notification, then maybe it's time to scale up your ads to reach out to a wider group of people. If you want to learn of how to profitably scale up your ads in an efficient manner, check out one of my other videos, Limited by Budget, What to Do Next. Link in the top right hand corner of the screen. Last but not least, improve your ad quality score. Unfortunately, this is something you can't directly work on to improve your ad quality score. You can't tell Google, hey, improve my ad quality score. No, this is not something you can actively do, but there are other things you can do to indirectly improve your ad quality score. Making sure that once you're getting clicks from the right people, the people going to your store, they're going to see the right product pages, they are going to be able to buy really quickly, you have trustworthy looking pages, your store pages look really professional. And the more of those clicks they are turning into sales, that means Google is going to make a conclusion to say, I'm sending all of these clicks to the store, and there's such a high percentage of people after they come to your store, they decide to buy. So they make the conclusion to say the ad was very relevant to that shopper who clicked on the ad. The more relevant that your ad is to the shopper, that means that there's a higher opportunity for Google to show your ads to future shoppers similar to the one who click on your ad and turn into your customer. And as this continues on and on and on, your ad quality score is going to improve over time. It is also going to improve your ad ranking score, making sure that your ads going to appear likely in front of your competitors as you continuously improve on the conversion rate of those clicks to sales. I hope that gives you ideas and action steps to improve on your click-throughs for your shopping campaign. If you're looking for specific support like a partner, Google Ads partner, to help you improve the click-throughs or to improve the sales or profitability of your Google Shopping ads, do get in touch. I specialize in helping Shopify store owners to improve the trustworthiness of the store pages, improve the clickability of the shopping campaigns, such that Google Ads becomes a profitable way of you driving new customers for your store. My contact details in the description and pinned comments. Do check that out. If you have any other questions about increasing the profitability of your Google Shopping campaigns for your Shopify store, do let me know in the comments. And if you found this video useful and valuable, remember to give it a like. Do subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future videos on how to double Shopify revenue by scaling up profitable Google Shopping ads. I'm Clarice Lin, the RI Doctor, signing off. Stay profitable.